You need to hear this if you're a web user, because without JavaScript, the internet as you know it wouldn't exist. Picture this. It's the early days of the internet. Websites are little more than digital brochures, static, silent, and unchanging. But then, a spark ignites. JavaScript arrives, and suddenly, the web begins to breathe. With JavaScript, developers transform lifeless pages into vibrant, interactive experiences. Animations dance across screens, and complex web applications come alive at our fingertips. The difference is night and day, a dull, static page versus a lively, JavaScript-powered world. Imagine online shopping without real-time carts, or maps that never update. That's a world without JavaScript. For every developer, learning JavaScript is like unlocking a new dimension of creativity and possibility. Its versatility has inspired generations, fueling collaboration, innovation, and excitement. So buckle up. Join us as we journey through the story of JavaScript, the language that changed the web forever. Imagine it's the mid-1990s. The internet is just beginning to take shape, and people everywhere are discovering the magic of connecting online for the very first time. At the heart of this digital revolution was Netscape Communications, a company on a mission to make the web more interactive and alive. Enter Brendan Eich, a brilliant programmer who, in 1995, was tasked with creating a brand new scripting language in just 10 days. What he built was first called Mocha, then LiveScript, and finally JavaScript, a name that would soon echo across the world. Almost overnight, web developers everywhere embraced JavaScript, using it to bring websites to life in ways never seen before. Fast forward to today, JavaScript isn't just for browsers anymore. With Node.js, it powers everything from simple websites to massive full-stack applications. Thanks to its incredible versatility and a passionate global community, JavaScript has become one of the most important programming languages in the world, a true backbone of the modern web. Imagine stepping into the world of web development in the early days. Websites were static, unresponsive, and frankly, a little dull. Then, JavaScript arrived, changing everything. To truly appreciate JavaScript's impact, we need to explore its core features, the very building blocks that transform the web. Our journey begins with dynamic typing. Unlike other languages, JavaScript lets you change a variable's type on the fly. No questions asked. One moment, a variable holds a number. The next, it's a string. This freedom made coding faster and more creative. Suddenly, developers could write less code and do more. JavaScript made programming accessible and fun. But the adventure didn't stop there. JavaScript introduced first-class functions, treating functions as values. You could pass functions around, nest them, and return them, unlocking new ways to solve problems and build interactive experiences. This paved the way for powerful programming styles like functional programming that shaped the modern web. Next, JavaScript embraced prototypal inheritance, a unique approach that let objects borrow features from one another. With this, developers could build complex, reusable structures, laying the foundation for today's frameworks and libraries. And finally, JavaScript's asynchronous nature became its secret weapon, making web apps fast, smooth, and responsive. Asynchronous operations let developers launch tasks in the background, keeping users engaged and the web alive with possibility. And that's how JavaScript's building blocks shaped the digital world we know today. Imagine the early days of the web, developers searching for a tool that could adapt and evolve as quickly as their ideas. Enter JavaScript with its dynamic typing, a revolutionary concept that would change everything. Unlike the rigid, statically typed languages of the past, JavaScript offered a new kind of freedom. Picture this: let my variable equal sign 5, console log my variable, / output 5. But then, with a single line, the story changes. My variable equal sign hello world, console log my variable, / output hello world. Just like that, the variable transforms, adapting to the developer's needs. This ability to morph and shift, JavaScript's dynamic typing, became its superpower, allowing code to grow and change with the project. Developers found themselves writing less boilerplate, moving faster, and experimenting more boldly than ever before. But with great power comes great responsibility. The freedom of dynamic typing meant developers had to stay vigilant, always aware of the data flowing through their code. A simple mistake, like trying to add numbers to a string, could lead to unexpected errors and hours of debugging. Yet this very flexibility is what propelled JavaScript to the heart of modern web development, a language that grows, adapts, and empowers those who wield it. Imagine for a moment the early days of the web, when static pages ruled and interactivity was just a dream. Then JavaScript arrived, and with it, a revolutionary idea, treating code as data. Welcome to Section 5, First-Class Functions, Code as Data. One of JavaScript's most game-changing features is its treatment of functions as first-class citizens. Suddenly, functions weren't just instructions, they became living, breathing parts of your program, able to move, change, and adapt. Picture this. In JavaScript, functions can be tucked into variables, handed off as gifts to other functions, or even returned as surprises from those functions. It's like giving your code the power to shapeshift. Let's see this magic in action. Imagine you want to store a greeting function in a variable, just like you'd store a number or a string. Const greet equals sign function, name. Return, hello plus name. Here, greet isn't just a name, it's a function, ready to welcome anyone you send its way. Console log, greet, Alice. / output. Hello Alice. With just one line, you've stored a function and called it from a variable, unlocking a new level of flexibility. But the journey doesn't stop there. What if you could pass a function as a tool to another function? Let's explore. Function operate, XY operation. Return operation, XY. Here, operate is like a master craftsman, accepting two numbers and a function, then letting that function decide what to do. Const add equals sign function, A, B, return a plus B. The add function is simple, but when paired with operate, it becomes part of a dynamic duo. Console.log operate 53 add / output 8. You've just witnessed a function passed as an argument, opening the door to endless combinations. But JavaScript's story gets even more exciting. What if a function could create and return another function? Watch this. Function, make multiplier, factor, return function, number, return number asterisk factor, const double equals sign make multiplier, 2, console log double, 5, / output 10. Now you've built a function factory, one that crafts new functions on demand. This ability to treat functions as data is the heart of functional programming. It's what lets developers write code that's modular, reusable, and expressive, code that tells a story. With first-class functions, JavaScript empowers you to build higher-order functions, callbacks, and more, tools that have shaped the modern web. So whether you're crafting a simple script or architecting a complex application, remember, JavaScript's journey from static pages to dynamic experiences was made possible by treating code as data. And that's a story still being written by developers like you. Welcome to Section 6, our next stop on the journey through JavaScript's fascinating evolution. Today, we're diving into the world of prototypal inheritance, where objects inherit from other objects, shaping the very backbone of how JavaScript works. Imagine you're an inventor building new creations by borrowing features from earlier inventions. Inheritance in object-oriented programming is just like that. It lets one object inherit properties and methods from another, making your code smarter and more efficient. But JavaScript took a different path from many other languages. Instead of following the crowd with class-based inheritance, it blazed its own trail with prototypes. In this world, objects don't need blueprints, they can inherit directly from other objects. This is the magic of prototypal inheritance. Every object in JavaScript carries a hidden link to its prototype. Think of it as a secret passageway, connecting it to another object from which it can borrow abilities. When you ask an object for a property or method, JavaScript first checks the object itself. If it doesn't find what you're looking for, it follows the secret passage to the prototype. And if it's still not there, JavaScript keeps climbing up the prototype chain, level by level, until it finds what it needs, or runs out of links. This chain can be surprisingly deep, allowing for intricate webs of inheritance. This clever system means you can build complex hierarchies and reuse code effortlessly. It's like constructing a city where every building can borrow features from its neighbors, without having to start from scratch. Prototypal inheritance is also incredibly dynamic. You can change objects on the fly, and those changes ripple through the prototype chain, making JavaScript flexible and powerful. Let's bring this to life with a quick story. Picture an animal. Const animal equals sign, name, generic animal, speak, function. Console.log animal sound. Now meet dog, created from animal, const dog equals sign object.create animal, dog.name equals sign, buddy, but buddy wants to speak differently. So, dog.speak function, console log, woof, dog.speak, / output, woof. Buddy now has his own voice overriding the original. Meanwhile, animal.speak, / output, animal sound. The original animal remains unchanged, showing how each object can have its own unique behavior. Mastering prototypal inheritance unlocks the true potential of JavaScript. It's the secret sauce behind the language's flexibility and power. And here's the twist. Many of the world's most popular JavaScript libraries and frameworks like React and Angular are built on these very principles. Understanding this journey through inheritance helps you see the bigger picture of how JavaScript shapes the web we use every day. Chapter 7. Let's step into the world of event-driven programming and discover how JavaScript transformed the web from static pages to living, breathing experiences. Picture the early days of the internet. Websites were like digital posters frozen in time, offering no response to your clicks or taps. Then came JavaScript, a game changer that breathed life into the web with event-driven programming. At the heart of this revolution is the concept of events, moments when something happens, like a user clicking a button or a page finishing its load. These events can be sparked by users, or even by the browser itself, setting the stage for dynamic interaction. JavaScript gave developers the tools to listen for these moments and to respond instantly with code. By attaching event listeners to elements on a page, developers could finally make websites react, turning every click, tap, or key press into a new adventure. Let's travel back to a simple yet powerful example. Imagine an HTML button, click me, with just a few lines of JavaScript, const button $sign document.getElementById my button, button add event listener click function alert button clicked. Suddenly the web page responds to you. This event-driven approach became the foundation for the interactive web we know and love today. Thanks to JavaScript, websites aren't just pages anymore, they're experiences alive with possibility. Imagine stepping into the world of the web where every click, scroll, and animation tells a story. Welcome to Section 8, JavaScript in Action. A journey through the real-world magic that powers our digital lives. Our adventure begins with humble scripts that once made web pages blink and pop, but JavaScript didn't stop there. It grew, evolved, and soon became the wizard behind the curtain, transforming static sites into living, breathing experiences. Picture a developer, fingers flying across the keyboard, weaving code that brings websites to life. From the simplest blog to the most complex web app, JavaScript is the heartbeat of the modern web. Working hand-in-hand with HTML and CSS, JavaScript crafts interactive, visually stunning sites that respond to your every move. It's the secret ingredient that makes the web feel alive. As the web grew, so did JavaScript's toolkit. Enter frameworks like React, Angular, and Vue.js, each one a new chapter in our story, empowering developers to build bigger, bolder, and more scalable applications. But the journey doesn't end there. The adventure leaps from browser to pocket. With React Native and Ionic, JavaScript breaks free from the desktop, letting developers craft mobile apps for both iOS and Android, all from a single code base. One language, endless possibilities. And for those who dream in pixels and play, JavaScript opens the door to game development. Libraries like Phaser and Pixie.js turn ideas into interactive worlds, making game creation more accessible and fun than ever before. But what about the servers? The unseen engines of the web? Enter Node.js, a game changer that lets JavaScript run behind the scenes, powering everything from data storage to user authentication. With Node.js, developers can use JavaScript everywhere, front-end and back-end, streamlining their workflow and building faster, smarter, and more unified applications. This full-stack power brings teams together, making collaboration smoother and development more efficient. It's like speaking the same language across the entire project. And behind every line of code is a vibrant global community. JavaScript's ecosystem is a treasure trove of libraries, frameworks, and shared knowledge, fueling innovation and solving challenges big and small. Whether it's building beautiful interfaces or architecting powerful back-end systems, JavaScript rises to every challenge, adapting and thriving in a world that never stops changing. Its versatility keeps it at the forefront of technology, evolving with every new trend and demand. JavaScript is not just a tool, it's a movement. And as our journey continues, one thing is clear: JavaScript's story is far from over. Its impact is everywhere, shaping the digital world and inspiring the next generation of creators. Imagine a time when building a complex web application felt like navigating a maze. Every turn, a new challenge, every step, a potential pitfall. But then, a new era dawned. Developers began crafting powerful frameworks and libraries on top of JavaScript, transforming the landscape and making the journey smoother for everyone. These tools became the trusty companions of modern web creators, offering pre-built components and clever solutions to tame even the most intricate projects. Let's meet 3 legendary guides on this journey. First up, React. Born in the halls of Facebook, React introduced a new way to build user interfaces, declarative, component-based, and lightning-fast. Next, Angular. Crafted and maintained by Google, Angular became the all-in-one toolkit for building ambitious single-page applications. And finally, Vue.js. Vue.js charmed developers with its simplicity and gentle learning curve, making it a favorite for those just starting their adventure. These frameworks took on the heavy lifting, abstracting away the tangled web of DOM manipulation so developers could focus on what truly matters. Thanks to these innovations, today's developers can channel their creativity into building the heart and soul of their applications, leaving the complexity behind. Imagine stepping into a bustling tech conference, the air buzzing with excitement. This is where our journey with JavaScript truly begins. From humble beginnings, JavaScript has grown into a global powerhouse, fueling websites, apps, and innovations that shape our digital world. Its flexibility and massive ecosystem have empowered developers everywhere to turn ideas into reality, connecting people and possibilities. As technology races forward, JavaScript stands at the heart of the digital revolution, its influence only growing stronger with each passing year. New frontiers like WebAssembly are opening up, and JavaScript is ready to lead the way into uncharted territory. Whether you're a student, a seasoned coder, or just curious, learning JavaScript is your ticket to joining this incredible adventure. So, why wait? Dive in, explore, and become part of the ever-evolving story of JavaScript, the language that's shaping our future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and share with your friends. Join our community and stay tuned for more awesome content on JavaScript and web development.